My pal, Geraldine Ferraro, joins us now. Geraldine, of course, was the first woman on a presidential ticket, and you were on the Democratic Party committee.
It's the Hunt Commission.
Called the Hunt Commission.
Right.
That came up with a system of superdelegates. Have they decided did they arrive at the 700 number by saying, okay, well, there's some Republican senators, we're going to have a shadow senator, and that's going to be a superdelegate?
No. As a matter of fact, what really annoys me terribly, which I mentioned in the op-ed piece, was when you come to the delegates who are at our convention or making a choice on these things, they're elected by a lot of you guys. We got a lot of Republicans and a lot of conservatives voting in our primary, and we're voting in yours. I mean, I can't imagine one Democrat. I don't know one Democrat who voted in the Republican primary because they're all excited about either Hillary or Barack. I have said more than once, when this is all over, what they should do, they have to get exercise about the superdelegates. If you take a look at the number of DNC people, Democratic National Committee people who are now superdelegates, who've taken governors, Democratic governors are now in. They're the ones, the leaders of the party should be it. That they expanded this since 1982 is not pleasant because a lot of political people are there who they're there simply because they were. They're vice chairs of the Democratic National Committee, they're district leaders. That to me is not what that was all about originally. But when push comes to shove on this stuff, the Democratic Party, I would hope, would have a meeting at the DNC and say, let's look at what our rules are. You know what? New York is smart.
Well, wait a minute. Let me put it this way. Democrats were exercised over the Electoral College when Al Gore won 500,000 votes more than George Bush, and George Bush got to be president. But in your own system of the Democratic Party, you have embedded that system where Barack Obama could win all these primaries and superdelegates could hand a nomination to Hillary Clinton. Is there a situation developing where the superdelegates could decide this thing for Hillary Clinton and your Democratic Party has a civil war over a system you set up?
Well, no. First of all, it's not a total system I set up because I didn't add those Democrats.
Well, I'm giving you credit.
Okay, thank you very much, sweetie. But the other piece of it is, no, there won't be a civil war over this. I would hope, and let me go the step further, the superdelegates, the number of people who are there. But as you see right now, so many superdelegates are I'm very disappointed. When I see John Lewis, he's turning around, this is a civil rights leader. What in God's name did he change his vote from Hillary to Barack Obama? I'll tell you why. Because he faces, he's not going to lose a Democratic primary in his district in 2 years, but he sure as hell will face one if he sticks it to Barack Obama when he has a greater majority blacks in his district. So he's looking at it, he's not going to lose. I'm so disappointed in him, I could die. I look at Rosa DeLauro up in Connecticut. She represents New Haven. Tell me, I don't care what she says. Tell me why she's endorsing Barack Obama and then came to his defense on an issue like choice where he voted 6 times maybe when he voted president in Illinois. I'm like a lunatic about this stuff. I can't believe people are doing it. So no, it's not coming down to that. What I would hope is that, and again, you saw Chris Dodd today, I look at these guys doing it, and I have to tell you, it's the guys sticking together, John. It is,
What is it? Why isn't it not credible that they're doing it because Obama has a wave behind him and they don't want to be at odds with the voters who are picking Obama?
Except that they're leaders. Don't you get the story? The thing is... But
do you actually expect them to hand this nomination to Hillary?
No, but I expect them to look very carefully at who has the experience. John, between me and you and your millions of listeners, if Barack Obama were a white man, would we be talking about this as a potential real problem for Hillary? If
he were John Edwards?
If he were a woman of any color, would he be in this position that he's in? Absolutely not.
Geraldine, are you playing a race card?
No, and that's the problem. Every time you say the truth, I'm the first person, John, and you know how honest I am. I am the first person who will say, in 1984, if my name were Gerard instead of Geraldine, I would never have been picked as the vice presidential candidate.
Geraldine Ferraro. Geraldine, it's always good to talk to you. Thanks very much.
He's Foxy. You're listening to John Gibson. Foxy.